In the scorching expanse of the Chihuahuan Desert, you will encounter what appears to be biological refuse. To the untrained eye, it is a desiccated ball of gray, skeletal tissue blowing aimlessly across the sand, a victim of the merciless sun. We call this a tumbleweed, a symbol of desolation. But your eyes are deceiving you. This is Selaginella lepidophylla, a lycophyte that has mastered a biological trick that borders on immortality. It is not dead. It is in a state of suspended animation known as cryptobiosis. Unlike 99% of plant life on Earth, which relies on turgor pressure to maintain structural integrity, this organism has evolved to accept total dehydration. It does not fight the dry season, it surrenders to it completely. It curls its stems inward to protect its vital photosynthetic center, reducing its surface area to minimize damage from solar radiation. It is a fortress built of its own body, waiting for a single drop of moisture to initiate a resurrection. Before we dive deep, join our community of curious minds. Subscribe to The Career Botanist for the hidden science of nature. Let's begin. To the naked eye, it is just nature. But look closer. It is engineering. It is economics. It is survival. Welcome to the hidden side of biology. This is modern botany. How does a cell survive without water? In most organisms, dehydration causes the cell membrane to collapse and DNA to shatter. Selaginella bypasses this fatality through extreme chemical engineering. As the plant senses moisture loss, it triggers the synthesis of a disaccharide sugar called trehalose. This is not for energy, it is for structure. The trehalose replaces the water molecules inside the cells, forming a crystalline, glass-like state. This process is called vitrification. The sugar molecules hydrogen bond to the proteins and membranes, effectively freezing the cellular machinery in place without the damage caused by ice or heat. It turns its own cytoplasm into a solid biological amber. This allows the plant to withstand temperatures from freezing up to 150 degrees Fahrenheit while retaining almost zero metabolic activity. It is not sleeping, it has effectively paused time itself at a molecular level, preserving its tissues for years or even decades until conditions improve. To understand this plant, you must understand deep time. Selaginella is not a flower, nor is it a fern. It is a spike moss, a member of the Lycophyta division. These are some of the oldest vascular plants on the planet, with a lineage stretching back 400 million years to the Carboniferous period. This organism predates the T-Rex, it predates the evolution of flowers, and it predates the separation of the continents. While the dinosaurs grew massive and consumed vast resources only to go extinct, this humble plant chose a different evolutionary path: resilience through minimalism. It reproduces via spores, not seeds, maintaining a primitive but effective reproductive strategy. Its survival mechanism is a relic of a harsher prehistoric Earth. It has witnessed mass extinctions that wiped out 90% of life, yet it remains a living fossil rolling across the desert floor. It proves that in the game of evolution, adaptability always beats raw power. The most visually stunning aspect of Selaginella is its resurrection, but this is not biological growth, it is biophysics. The uncurling motion is a passive, hydro-actuated mechanical response. The plant possesses two distinct layers of tissue in its stems, a dense lignified inner layer and a spongy absorbent outer layer. When water contacts the plant, the outer cells absorb moisture and expand rapidly, while the inner cells remain rigid. This differential expansion creates torque, forcing the stems to unfurl outward in a matter of hours. This mechanism is so robust that even a completely dead selaginella, one that has been dead for years, will still uncurl if placed in water. The skeleton remembers the movement. Once open, if the plant is alive, its chlorophyll reactivates, turning from gray to emerald green, and photosynthesis resumes within 24 hours. It is a solar panel that deploys itself automatically only when the conditions are safe. We used to view this plant as a novelty, a curiosity for Victorian cabinets. Now we view it as a blueprint for saving human lives. The same trehalose sugar that preserves the selaginella is being weaponized by biotechnology to solve the cold chain problem. Vaccines and protein-based drugs typically degrade at room temperature, requiring expensive refrigeration that limits access in developing nations. By mimicking the resurrection plant's vitrification process, scientists are developing dry vaccines encased in sugar glass. These medicines can sit on a shelf in the tropical heat for months, inactive and stable, only coming to life when mixed with water before injection. This desert wanderer holds the chemical key to democratizing medicine. It teaches us that the solution to our most complex logistical problems often lies hidden in the biological mechanisms of the organisms we ignore, step on, and dismiss as dead weeds.